What do you know about the struggle? You think the struggle is real? I think the struggle is fake. I think it's all in your minds. I used to believe the struggle was real. I think I used to enjoy my own torture and my own punishment. I used to like suffering. I thought being a starving artist was cool. I thought living in the projects was cool, living in the hood. And then I realized that all of this was a program that was implanted in me to think that maybe I was more righteous if I was suffering. But that's not really the case. The struggle is not real. The struggle is something that you create in your own mind. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to struggle. I didn't have to be a starving artist. I probably turned down opportunities that could have advanced my career because I didn't want to quote unquote sell out. Now, of course, you don't want to marginalize and you don't want to be non authentic with your music. But at the same time, what's wrong with making money? That's the lifeblood of the society that we live in. If you don't have money, then you can't be as creative as you want. If you have enough funds, you can have better production on your album. You can have better artwork. You can fund your own tour. But they want you to believe that the struggle is real and that there's some sort of nobility in that there's some sort of badge of honor that you get to wear because you've struggled. Now, we're all going to face resistance in life. There's going to be some ups and downs and some quote unquote struggles. But don't bathe in that shit. Don't just become so addicted to your own shortcomings and the bad job that you're at and the horrible relationship that you're in and your narcissistic parents and so on and so on and so on, because that becomes an addiction. You become addicted to struggling, you become addicted to pain. I've dealt with this firsthand, and I've dealt with this with people that I know and who are very close to me. Have you ever got that feeling when things are going really, really good that something is wrong? You ever feel uncomfortable about having like a perfect day when everything just worked in your favor? It's because you're used to struggle. You're used to complaining. You expect to see bad things in your life, and then when you don't see them, you're like, "Hey, what's going on? This must be an aberration." But when you start getting into reality creation and you respond to things differently, the only way out of that hamster wheel is that when you do have bad things happen, you have to respond to them differently. You can't ascribe so much meaning to them and say, "Hey, this is bad." You have to use everything for your own advancement. You have to take, water and turn it to wine. You have to, even when you have bad events, you have to look on the bright side. You have to see the silver lining if you want to change, if you want to start getting the things in life that you want. You have to stop expecting a rainy day. And then when it does rain, well, hey, I'm going to stay in and I'm going to catch up on some work and I'm going to clean my house. There's a time and place for everything. But all I wanted to say to you guys today is just be careful about saying these little sayings that people say. The struggle is real. The system's keeping me down. Listen, there's opposing forces out there. There's resistance that you're going to face in life, but resistance makes you stronger. Don't forget that. And focus on what you want to see. And that's what you're going to end up seeing in your life as your thoughts begin to filter out the things that you stop focusing on, like bad shit. Well, you're going to start to focus on what you do want. Get excited about your life. Get excited about the changes that you're making. And you're going to start seeing more and more of that. I remember when I first started eating organic food, all of a sudden I start seeing organic restaurants everywhere and little organic, shops selling organic goods. I went into this one spot. I couldn't have been more than 10, 15 blocks from my house. I drove by this place every day. I went in there. I said, "Hey, you guys just open?" They're like, "No, we've been here for like 7 years." I was like, "What?" I didn't even see it. My brain wouldn't allow me to see it. It filtered it out because that's not what I was looking for. You know, I was looking for a cheap slice and just something to fuel my body for the cheapest amount of money, because I kept saying I was broke, and I was, putting all of it into, listen, I was putting it into my music, into creative endeavors, but, you know, I wasn't taking enough care of my body. But then as soon as I, learned about organic food and how it made me feel different, all of a sudden these spots open up. You ever want a car and all of a sudden you start seeing that car everywhere? Start focusing on what you want to see and you'll start seeing a lot more. That's all I got for today. I gotta go, but we'll talk soon. One.